Good morning and welcome. Thank you for joining me here. If you found yourself here, there may be a message for your healing journey, soul's evolution, transformation, or simply information. So I get asked a lot about relationships and why you're drawn to others and why not. Some have tumultuous relationships and some are smooth sailing. So some are for spiritual growth and or growth in general, and some of them definitely are karmics. These may damage you in a lot of different ways, but once you've learned your lesson, you can move on and heal. And then others are high vibrational soulmates and or twin flames. If you have one that's in your life or coming, it's usually because you have a mission. Sometimes you have people that claim to be your twin flame. Maybe they pretend not to know anything about it and they do everything to make you believe that. Well, these are fake and false, and their intention is to harm you or stop you on your soul's purpose and or journey, and or definitely make sure that you aren't with your twin flame because they're destructive, damaging, and toxic. So twin flame signs, yes, it's easy to understand each other. You can have a lot of different things in common, and a lot of people have gone through their karmics and they learn their lessons along the way. So you become your best self, or you already are on your way to do so. Maybe you have a lot of things in common, not like karmics where you have lower vibrations and things are tumultuous in those relationships and you can't find balance or peace. But twin flames usually bring positive changes, and there's a lot of growth, not stagnation. There's heart-centeredness and a trust. In any relationship, you have to have trust and faith over fear, for they move you in a direction that no other. The flames usually have a connection that are great chemistry. They can often be confused with other things that people want to project onto you, but twins usually have a big mission. Their hearts are maybe wounded warriors. I know a lot of people that are in twin flames are just high vibe soul relationships, and sometimes I know friends, and specifically friends, that maybe one of the partners never got married and they line up because they had things to go through, and now they've have a soul union, which is high vibe, and they're doing very well, and honor that. And they weren't always understanding of why, but people always question their relationship. Well, because one didn't need to get married and the other one did, because at later stages in life they came together and they have a blended family, and then they have children. So that is a sacred union, and honor it, not question it. So when you find your twin or somebody of high vibe, there's a lot of times we have soulmates along the way. It can be animals, can be co-workers, family and friends, other than karmics, and you will know the difference. So you feel happier, compatible, things are intense on a lot of different levels, and there's relief because you know where each other's have been, and you don't question it, and you can talk about things openly. They don't hurt each other like sometimes karmic flames, but that was a lesson you had to get through, the drama, the chaos, and the low vibrations. And maybe it was something you learned along the way. You thought that was what you had experienced in life, and that's what was familiar. But it's not. If both parties have learned and they've grown, it's completely sacred and divinely orchestrated. So it's different. Your goals are different, and maybe of a high purpose. You have a different level of understanding. A lot of times you're in professions, maybe you can touch other people's lives and you move through it and you help others just behind the scenes. I know in my career, doesn't matter what it is, what I've done along the way, there's a different level of compassion. You help people without them even knowing it, but they feel better, and it's important to do so. A lot of people I've worked with can do that too. They have different things that they bring to the table with passion or compassion, and they help others along the way. The experience and the connection is much different because they're doing it from a humble space, and they're grateful, and they have gratitude, and they live their life that way. They have core values of life. They don't distort you or distract you. So it's important to know the difference. Karmics can be painful experiences, and once you've learned your lessons, you move on. Sometimes karmics in that relationship that haven't learned their lessons, they continue to try and chronically attach to you because maybe they like your light, but maybe they hate it as well. So they chronically try and attack you or attach themselves to you. They need to move on and learn their lessons so you can also move on. But that's also their game. They don't want you to move on because you've learned and you've grown and you've evolved. They're jealous of your connection with others or your ability to help others because of your authentic ways, because you care. You care with compassion and you have passion. So those are lessons along the way to release what no longer serves and line up for what does, because you are to move on and help. If you are a high-vibing person, just remember to care for yourself. Sometimes light workers get bogged down by other people who are lower level vibes that try and attach themselves to you in many different ways, sometimes in the dark arts. So just be mindful. Make sure you know what to do to protect yourself and or seek professional help in many different ways if you need to. So I hope this helps today. Just remember you matter and be in your sacred self. Live with integrity every day. Have compassion for others and do what's right. When you know better, you do better. Accept the things you cannot change. Have the courage and discernment to know the difference. And be in your sacred self. Moving forward, living fearlessly, faith over fear. And so it is. Namaste.